Hey, what's up everybody? Happy Halloween. I have a big announcement today before we get into this Gnarlhorn review, who is one of the best rare tanks in the game. But here's some awesome news that I have. I have started to stream on Twitch. So below in the description of this video, you can check out the link to my channel. Go on there, hit follow, so that way you can see whenever I go live and you can come check out the stream. You can ask me anything that you want. I mean, come on there and let me know whatever questions that you have about Raid. If you want to know what hero, to focus on next, or how to build a CB team, or questions about just the game mechanics, whatever it is that you have on your mind, come in. I'd be happy to answer those questions and just hang out with you and get to know you more. So come and check out that stream. It's going to be in that description below. Now, we're going to get into this Gnarlhorn guide because this guy is one of my favorite new rare heroes. He is a rare skinwalker hero, and I think he is one of the best rare tanks in the game. He can absorb so much damage, and we're going to see how he does that right here, right now. Gnarlhorn guide, let's go. Alright, so let's start out this guide. No better way to tackle Gnarlhorn than just to see this man in action. What we're going to do is run him on Dragon 20, and he is going to tank the damage. Now here's the amazing thing about this. Dragon 20 is blue and he is green. So all of these hits are going to be super effective against him, to use the old Pokemon vernacular that I was raised on. It's going to be super effective against this dude. And he's still going to be able to tank all this damage. So look at what his kit does. His first attack does this. It was War Drum, and it puts a provoke on every single enemy. This means that they're going to have to attack Gnarlhorn with their default skill. His A2 is going to place a unkillable buff on him. So even if he does take a ton of damage, he's still going to be able to live. Now his A2 also, in addition to placing the provoke on everybody, also gives him an increased defense, which helps him take those hits a little well also. So as you just saw again, there's another provoke coming out. So he is going to make sure that he's tanking all of these hits. Now, Gnarlhorn is awesome in this sense that he is going to be able to soak up all of this damage, but you are going to need him to pair well with another kind of hero. Now, he's paired very well on this team. He has somebody like Bellower who's going to land the decrease attack. He has Reliquary Tender to remove debuffs and to place continuous heal, but really this Apothecary is a lot of the times going to be enough to actually just heal him all the way back up to full health. Even though he's taking a lot of these hits, Apothecary does just fine with that. Now, it does work really well to have somebody with a res on your team, because even if your tank goes down, you can res them right back up, and then Apothecary can heal them right back up, and that whole combination does work really well just in general. But I just want you to see his ability right here to be able to do this. I mean, how phenomenal is it for a hero to be able to tank the opposite affinity, on the highest level of dragon? I mean, he really can do that. And if he can do it here, then he can do it just about anywhere. I mean, he's going to tank a lot of these different levels for you. And if you're struggling getting through a lot of these waves, well, this is a way that you can do it, and you can do it very consistently, is by using a tank who's going to absorb all your damage and then have your other heroes nuke them down. Just really basic dungeon kind of mechanics when you're running the five hero team, right? Excuse me. So you can see this. I mean, it's awesome. It's so much fun to watch him work. Now, his A1 is one of the weirdest A1s in this entire game. It's so strange. I'll put it up here on the screen. This is what it does. It attacks one enemy, and it increases if he has lost HP. Although I will say this, it still does not increase very much. He hits for almost nothing. He is the purest definition of a tank. He deals like 0 damage. Now, this attack cannot be critical, it cannot be strong, it cannot be weak. So there's no point in gearing this guy for damage of any kind. He's not going to do a ton of damage, but he will tank and absorb so many of these hits for you, and that's a really, really valuable skill to have in a hero. He's going to help you stay alive. And you're going to see the masteries that he has on him as well, because I'm sure you're seeing him taking some of that extra damage right now from other heroes, and that's another way that he's going to help be your tank. He is such a fun hero to have. So that's really his kit. That's what he does. I will let this play out just for a couple more seconds so that you can see how well he can tank all of this damage, even helping out the other heroes with their damage and taking these hits from really, really strong magic affinity heroes. So a very, very cool hero to be able to do this. This run will definitely get completed. I have yet to lose with any of these compositions, and this is an entire rare run. Now, you can switch out a couple of these heroes for other heroes and get some similar results, no problem. But I just always want to show that it can be done. And so this is Gnarlhorn on this run. We're going to end it a little bit early just for the sake of time so we can go over some other fun aspects where you can see Gnarlhorn shine in this game for you. Alright, so let's check out some other places that we can use Gnarlhorn. We're going to see what Gnarlhorn can do in Arena. Arena, that Mass Provoke is a insane ability, and I want to show you how that's going to really help us out here. So Gnarlhorn's going to provoke the entire opposing team. So Apothecary doesn't do hardly anything. And now we have, you know, our pick of who do we want to kill. So let's take out Zargala. We get to go again. We'll go ahead and drop Apothecary. I mean, look at that. Like, now this fight is going to be a lot easier. Dracomorph is just going to do his regular hit. And so we're going to go ahead and just take out everybody else. We'll use Craze, Lunge, kill her. Don't really worry about that ability right there. We're not really worried about trying to put an unkillable buff on him. We should be fine because we are just going to drop this team. There you have it. So that was I mean, Arbiter is obviously really good, but I mean, it's a pretty weird arena team that I'm using right now. I just wanted to make sure that Gnarlhorn's, you know, that debuff actually went off and actually could do something in this. So, bam, we provoke everybody, and that's our key right there, is that we can provoke everybody. So then we're gonna go ahead and we'll make sure that we kill the Arbiter, and we will kill the Lysandra. And then we're good to go. Everybody else, you know, really not a whole lot to worry about. Our Crazed Lunge will drop somebody. No big deal. There we go. So look at that. There you have wins. But that is how you are going to use a champion like Gnarlhorn, where even if maybe your entire team isn't going to have an opportunity to go first, but your Gnarlhorn can go before the opposing team does, well, that is awesome because he can provoke every single person on the opposing team. And whenever he does that, that means that you have basically an entire extra turn to do a ton of damage. Alright, so let's check out the gear that we have this guy in. Right now, for me, Gnarlhorn is rocking 4 pieces of speed gear and 2 pieces of the Immortal, which helps us boost our HP percentage, but also our speed stat. Right now, his total speed is at 186, which is pretty fast, so that way he's able to provoke and put the unkillable buff on him and kind of try and have those two things going simultaneously. And also, the more turns that he takes, the more time he can provoke and really disrupt the opposing team. So I like speed on him, but you have to have his HP percentage up there so he can tank those big hits. So right now, you can definitely improve some of this gear. I have a 4-star HP gauntlets on him, so you can definitely improve those. The rest of the gear is pretty decent. We got HP on the chest and HP on the gauntlets because his HP is his best stat. His defense is okay, but that's still pretty low when we're talking about trying to scale it up with percentages. So I focused on his HP, and that seems to be doing fine for me. We bought speed on our boots because, like we said, we want him to go fast. And we brought accuracy on the banner, even though if you see right here, I mean, these things are not leveled up. I was super broke whenever I was trying to do this, so not a lot of silver to throw around. So his accuracy could be higher, but really 162 is where his accuracy is at right now, and that's plenty for this guy because he can't provoke bosses, right? That's not a debuff that works on bosses. And so provoking the waves of heroes or the arena heroes, usually somewhere around 162 is plenty to be able to provoke any of those heroes. Now, another cool thing to note is for his accuracy, since his A2 doesn't actually land a hit on anybody, it cannot be weak, and therefore you don't have to worry about the negative affinity stuff whenever you're trying to provoke with Gnarlhorn. His provoke will just land like normal, and you don't have to worry about any of that weak affinity stuff. So he can tank those different waves just like we saw on Dragon 20. So that's really his gear. I mean, you're really just focusing on HP. You can definitely get some defense in there. You need your speed, and then you need some accuracy to make sure that you're landing your provoke. But those are really the stats that you're worried about. Now, resistance is going to be another one. You can definitely tack some of that on. As you'll see in a second, for the masteries, we have him built to kind of help prevent some of that, but resistance is definitely another spot that you can level up that stat as well. Now here are his masteries. Here's what we went with. We went support and defense because he does no damage anyway. So offensive tree is just, don't even bother with offensive tree for this guy. So for the support, we gave him some HP. We gave him a heal every time an enemy is killed each round. We gave him a chance to increase his turn meter whenever a debuff he casts is removed or expired. So all of those provokes, they have an opportunity to increase his turn meter. And then Evil Eye is super important because this one is going to help decrease the turn meter of whoever he hits by 20% whenever he uses his default skill. It's really helpful, it's very disruptive, and it works very well. The defensive tree, we went with the defensive boost. Right here, if he does get stunned, sleep, or frozen, he has a minus 10% damage that he is going to take. That's helpful. We have Wisdom of Battle, where even if they do land that debuff, then once it expires, there's a 30% chance that he just gets to block the debuffs for a whole turn, which is pretty effective. That's going to help you stay alive longer too, in case the worst does happen. Here, he's going to receive less damage from AoE attacks. For Resurgent, there's a 50% chance to just remove a debuff if he loses 25% of his max HP. So if he gets hit really hard by somebody and loses that HP, then he can actually get a debuff removed from him. The rest of the stuff, you have a little bit of extra resistance. You have some negative hit, damage on him right here for this. And then he's going to help tank that damage from other people. So he has Selfless Defender. So each round, the first enemy hit gets their damage reduced by 20%, and he will take that damage instead. And with Bulwark, it decreases the damage that everybody takes by 5%, and he will take all of that damage instead. And you saw this going on in Dragon 20, even if you didn't know that's exactly what you were looking at. When you saw another hero get hit, but Gnarlhorn had numbers come up on him, this is why. Not only is he provoking and tanking that damage, but he's also helping tank some of the damage from your other heroes with things like this as well. This seems to be just a really fun build for me. I've really just enjoyed using this hero. He is a ton of fun, honestly. He works way better than I ever thought, and you're going to see more of him from me in the future. I'm working on making a all-rare Fire Knight team, and Gnarlhorn is probably going to be on that team. The same thing with Ice Golem. You're going to see Gnarlhorn on a lot of these runs. You will see more content with him from me in the future, so keep your eye out for that. He's a ton of fun. You can see him in the all rare Dragon 18 run that I did, where I also used Madman. You can kind of check him out. I'll drop something with him here soon as well. So there you have it. If you have any other comments or questions, let me know below so that I can answer those for you. Now, again, remember, go check out the link to the stream and make sure you follow on that. I can't wait to interact with you guys there. If you got something from this video, hit like and hit subscribe. If you're feeling super generous, you can donate below. And if you want to see what gear I use, Amazon affiliate links are down there. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.